What is Johannesburg like? Hey, Jason here, and normally I'm talking about the success puzzle by Proctor and talking about how to be successful in health, wealth, or happiness. Today I was going to do something a little different. I keep getting a lot of questions about how is Johannesburg, South Africa. So I figured I'd just let you know like what is my experience right now in South Africa after 4 months. So one, it's a beautiful city, very big city. Right now, some of the trees are turning purple. So I'm gonna have to go out and do some footage of it because it's real pretty and real beautiful. The people are really nice. Here in South Africa, one, it's a big melting pot. It's reminiscent of how I think New York City is, where, you always hear about just a melting hub of all these different cultures. That's how it is here in South Africa. So you have a lot of people from Pakistan. You have a lot of lack of other culture, lack of better word to say. I'm gonna just say a lot of Muslim people. Like there's, I think, 3 mosques within the vicinity of me. And if you know me, I love hearing the call of prayer during the day, so I actually really like that. It's a very mixing pot. You see, there's white people here, Afrikaans. I believe I heard someone speaking Dutch one day. So many different languages. I think there's 12 to 16 official languages here, and people just mix them up. So it's pretty funny. But other than that, it's a really good city. Man, I don't know why that window. Okay, sorry, it got darker because the window closed. But it's actually a really good city. It's a safe city. This is one of the things most people are very surprised when they hear me say this. But from my travels around the world, Johannesburg is a pretty safe city. Now, let me explain what do I mean by a safe city. So for me, I don't do too much craziness. If you know me personally, you know I don't party. I'm not a club or nothing like that. Maybe every blue moon I'll hit up a strip club or something. But I'm not a big going out at night person. So because I'm not a night person, that automatically makes no matter where I go a lot safer. Here in the daytime here, it's a safe city. Like, people make it seem like you're just gonna get robbed or carjacked or something. It's not like that here. It's really like any other major city. People are real good. Most of the time, people are in their own mind, stressed out. They're not even paying attention to you. As far as safety, so like I live in an apartment building in a tower in the downtown area. So we have, you got your biometrics to get in, then we got a reception desk and all that. So it's like there's a lot of just safety here. The biggest problem here, I would say, is, especially if you're coming from the United States or maybe even the UK or something, is the load shedding here. And that's where the electricity, they just shut the electricity off for a couple of hours. And sometimes it rotates maybe once or twice a day, and sometimes it can be 4 or 5 times a day. You just never know, depending on how bad it is. That's I would say, the hardest thing to adjust to. However, with my lifestyle and how I work, and I get up very early in the morning, it don't really bother me too much. So like when load shedding hit today around 10 o'clock in the morning, I just left in the wind and ran some errands and walked around town. As far as being a vegan here, South Africa is let me not say South Africa, let me say Johannesburg. I know Johannesburg for sure is a very vegan friendly city. There's at least 4 restaurants near me that's, in an Uber drive, about 10 to 20 minutes. Each one is a different type of restaurant having different type of foods. Either you want like vegan chicken and waffles. They have burger places. If you watch my YouTube, my biggest one is the Fussy Vegan. That's where I go to a lot. And then I'm trying to think what else as far as the vegan food. Oh, inside the stores, like they have their version of, I would say, Walmart maybe. No, I would say maybe it's it's not a Walmart. I say it's more of like a Target maybe, and it's called Woolworths. So it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more pricier. However, if you're coming from the U.S., you're not going to see that big of a difference in the prices. Customer service is 1,000% better going to some of the cheaper stores. And there they have like a whole plant-based option. So they have smoothies, cold-pressed smoothies that's already made, which is something that I love. They even have different pre-made plant-based stuff like plant-based schnitzel, nuggets, and it's really simple to eat here as a vegan or a plant-based person. And now, as far as a plant-based restaurant, I was getting for a while plant-based meals delivered to me each week, and whole food, plant-based, no oil. It was real good food. The only reason I stopped is because I'm about to start doing a long-term fast. I'm getting ready to end the year with doing at least a 40-day fast, and so that's why I stopped doing that. Trying to think, if you're someone who smokes weed, it's a very weed-friendly city. You can smoke in the street. Nobody really bothers you. The police don't bother you. No one's going to look at you some kind of way. I smoke all the time here. I even be telling most South Africans where to get weed from. I'm trying to think what else. As far as TV and stuff like that, if you're someone who watches TV, I don't, so I can't speak on that end. I know they do have cable here, or like DSTV is what they call it. I don't know the pricing of it. Internet here is amazing. So in the apartment I'm in, I have fiber optic internet, and it's 100 megabyte speed, and I don't have any problem. I can have every last piece of my electronics going, streaming at the same time, and still doing a Zoom video conference call, and nothing goes wrong. So this is one of the best internet services I've ever had. And then I think that's about it, because there's not really, honestly, like, here's the big thing. If you're someone who's afraid to start living or going to other countries, the thing is, there's not much different. You're going to get into your basic routine. It usually takes about 3 to 6 months to get into your routine or schedule when you move to a new country. So like I'm about at 85% of a routine. The only thing I'm missing now is I don't have like a gym or something like that yet, which I'll probably end up doing in a week or two, because it's a little harder to get gym memberships here because you got to have a South African bank account. But other than that, like driving, I know most people are like, is it safe to drive? I don't drive here. I would never drive here. Matter of fact, I don't plan on really ever driving again. Now here they drive on the opposite side of the street as Americans. So if you're coming from the United States to South Africa, I do not recommend getting behind the wheel of a car. The odds of you hitting someone, turning the wrong way, or just messing up completely is very high. That is the most dangerous thing here. Like I tell people, between crossing the streets and just trying to figure out which street light to look at, because everything is different. So sometimes you gotta look at the opposite side of the street to figure out, okay, is it telling me to go or not? And so that just takes some getting used to. So I don't recommend anyone from the United States driving, or if you come from a country that drives on the right-hand side like the United States, because it is a learning curve there. And there's times when I'm watching the Uber drivers go certain curves and I'm like, man, I would have totally went the wrong way and hit somebody. And so I'll never drive here. That's just me personally. And I think that's about it as far as South Africa to talk about today. I didn't really write notes on this because I was just reading through the questions and saw people kept asking, like, how's South Africa? Oh, have you done safaris and stuff yet? And I haven't done any of that yet. And just to give you a heads up, keep watching the channel, because I'm finna start. I just finished getting an action camera, Insta360 1R edition or something. And so I got that because not only am I filming on it with these videos now to get better quality, I started because I wanted to start filming some of the stuff when I'm out and about, especially when I'm going on hikes and things like that. And when I did the helicopter ride, it really let me know. I was like, man, I wish I had a camera here where I could have just been recording stuff. And so that's why I ended up getting one, so I can start recording stuff and putting more, just more different type of content on here. Because I know a lot of people keep asking, like, hey, Jason, show us some of the stuff around the city, show us around the town, some of the stuff you do every day. And so that's why I ended up doing it. So stay tuned. You'll be seeing more videos like that. I should be going out walking tomorrow, where I'm just going to go out and just film some stuff with a couple of buddies. And so that's it for today. Johannesburg, pretty much to sum it up, it is a very safe city here. I put it on one of my top 5 cities of safety. Now, just remember, I don't drink. I don't go out at night. If you do those things, your level of danger may increase, but that's in any country you go to. And I really highly recommend people come visit here. Like this, as an American coming here, there's everything I saw on TV about Africa as a continent or anything. It didn't portray it at all. Like I'm looking out right now and I'm just seeing the highway, the landscape. It's a really beautiful city, really great people, and one of the things you'll love here once you get here is when you start talking and they hear your accent, you can see in their eyes they're like bewildered because they're like, "There's no way an American's coming here." And it's kind of funny because I started asking them like, "What did you hear when you hear my accent?" And they were like, "I just hear stuff on the TV." Like I'm thinking of stuff on the TV, and it's like really interesting because a lot of times the people here will actually be afraid to talk to you because they're so captivated by hearing your accent. And so if you're an American, definitely come here and visit. Put South Africa on your list. Put Johannesburg on your list. It's a very beautiful city here. This city has its heart of its own. Really great people. I've met some of the best people I can probably say in the world here in Johannesburg so far. And it's a very, the people here are, they're in a process of where they want to progress. So like today, some of the things they were talking about on the radio was just people knowing their worth, like have value for yourself, setting standards for yourself. And I really love that here because they're really trying to progress and get past their past and get to a better future. And so that's it for today. Just wanted to just give you a quick update. And this was a little light, nothing hard, so you ain't got to take no notes today. And it's just about South Africa, and it's a great, just to wrap it up, it's a great country, great city, really good people. And I'll probably be here for the next couple of years at least while I'm still traveling across the country.